Well, if you're making the money, you might as well dress the part. Here's your look at the Diamond Select G.I. Joe Profit Director Destro PVC Diorama. A brilliant businessman, weapons developer, CEO, and engineer, Destro strictly adheres to a quiet personnel code that places war profit and the success of his own family above all other things. He excels at brokering deals, clandestine negotiations, and double-cross missions. The refined and highly advanced weaponry produced by his company Mars Industries continues to reshape modern warfare. This exclusive gallery diorama of Profit Director Destro is made of high-quality PVC and features detailed sculpting and paint applications. There'll be plenty of time to look at Profit Director Destro, but before we do, let's first measure the statue off to see how tall it actually stands. And while I'm grabbing my ruler, as well, I'd like to thank the folks over at Diamond Select that did provide this previews exclusive of Profit Director Destro that we could have a look at in this review. The statue stands 9¼ inches in height, or about 23½ centimeters tall. This previews exclusive version of the Destro Gallery statue is limited to 3,000 copies worldwide and depicts Destro in his Profit Director, or as many people have coined the term, Pimp Destro's outfit. It is in fact the same one shared mold-wise to the originally looked at Destro that we had a look at here on this channel. I'm going to slide this one over here and just going to bring in the original Destro so you guys can see that there isn't really any difference at all other than cosmetic. The pose is going to be the same. Destro is now running what seems through toxic waste rather than water. And it also looks like the missile is going to be the same with, again, just a slight change of color. So they are, again, the exact same statue with very drastically different paint directions. As was the case with the original statue, Profit Director Destro also comes included with a missile that fires off from his forearm. It comes as a separate piece inside the box, so just make sure when you're taking this out of the box that you're also aware to take the missile out too. I'm going to get a closer look first at the missile before we actually attach it onto his forearm. Very observant viewers will probably also notice that this is in fact the same missile. It also came included with the original Destro, and you would be right. This is the original missile right here. The fire is sculpted the exact same way, although the colors really looking at it have been inverted. If you really consider like the yellow close to the gold, yeah, they literally have just almost flipped the colors around. So instead of having a yellow end trail, you actually get an orange one coming out the end of this missile. Really, you could use the one that came included with the original Destro if you really wanted to, just picking up the statue. It works the exact same way. There's a peg hole on the underside of that smoke, and then of course that's going to plug onto the top of his forearm, just snaps into place. But you would think that Destro, using the money that he has to design and produce this suit, that he's going to at least want to color coordinate, so missiles aren't going to look 100% right. Just unplug this, and plugging in the correct missile, yeah, that looks a lot better. Starting things off, I guess we could probably look at the display stand. That seemed to be the place that we started the original Destro review at. I'm going to bring in the original Destro so you guys once again can see. The water is definitely different. Destro has been doing a lot more than just stealing money. It looks like he's also started to pollute the waters too. Now this actually looks, I think, a lot better, being the fact it looks like he's running through a sewer system. That I would imagine this would be something more like what sewer water would look like. Sewer water doesn't tend to be so bright and blue, something that you would want to at least drink. You're definitely not going to want to drink sewer water, whether it looks blue or not. But just to say, it looks a lot healthier on this release of Destro than what we actually get with the more sickly-looking water on this release. One thing that was actually interesting on this one is if you look at the bat head, remember this was something that Destro's foot is actually resting against. That allows him to be in a running pose. The original Destro would have used just a traditional bat head with that silver plate on the front. The new Destro, or the Profit Director release, actually has what almost looks to be like a Python Patrol Cobra bat. I really like the fact that they changed the color up like that. They easily could have just used the same color of water, and they easily could have just used the same color of bats, but they decided to mix things up. So really, there isn't anything on this that looks like the original one. Even like the back wall on Destro, at least the back of his display stand, looks like it's a slightly darker gray. And maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but there's definitely a lot more of this mossier green that's caking or layered on top of the actual wall face. And even like the back of it, that sewer grate, they've actually painted a brown instead of the silver or the gray that came included with the original Destro. So there really is a lot of different things that they've changed here on Destro, so it doesn't feel like it's the same statue, even though it really is using the same mold. Once again, we've got Destro running through what obviously looks more like sewer water, but he's still running through it, making ripples behind him. And also you can see the way that these are bouncing up these little spikes of liquid. It looks like Destro's being shot at as he's pursuing or fleeing by foot. I do like the little bit of water that's also coming out the entranceway into the sewer area there. It really is a nice looking display base. I actually think I like this one a little bit more because there's a lot more interesting colors that they brought in here. As for Destro himself, as we originally looked at before, same figure, or same sculpt at least, but it goes to show really when you change the color up how you very much change the look, the vibe, and the feel of the statue. Now, again, a lot of people call this Pimp Destro, and you can certainly understand why they would have called him. The fact that he does have, for example, the interior of his collar all more of a leopard print, that's quite outrageous even for the likes of Destro. Gone would be his silver dome, instead in favor of something more closer to being gold. Almost as if when he became the leader of the Iron Grenadiers, Destro sort of incorporated or adopted this gold helmet. I gotta say, it does work quite well with the head sculpt that they already had in place. His beady little eyes are still beady, although here in this case, it actually comes across, I don't know, again, looking at this, it almost looks like the interior pupils are done in green rather than white. Really, really like the paint job on this one. As for the rest of his suit, whereas Destro would have had all the black outfit going for him, they've really swapped all the black in favor of a really dark burgundy. And where there isn't burgundy, there's all, again, these little patches of leopard print. Even his belt are things that have to match color coordinate. So like all the gold, for example, on the missiles are actually matching here also on the pistol that he's got holstered on the side of his leg. One thing also we can spin this around and see is the briefcase. Now, the briefcase is painted gold. The original Destro, once again, bringing the Destro in, I might as well even really just keep the Destro here in frame the whole time. But when you look at the actual briefcase that he's running with, the original one would have been molded in black, but they at least would have gone and painted the emblem of Cobra in red. Whereas, unfortunately, the gold one doesn't get any additional paint added to it. The bottom also is the exact same too, and I mentioned in the review of the Destro, the original Destro statue, that I really wish they could have found the opportunity to put in like Mars in there as certainly a nod to the company that Destro is a CEO of. Again, the sculpting on this guy is quite good. I really like the darker colors. Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, the design of Prophet Director Destro's costume, but I really got to say, like, the color really works quite well. It brings a lot more personality to it. Destro already is a character that has a lot of, well, interesting looks going for him. But the idea of now being able to bring in like the darker coloring of the red, the gold, and the leopard prints. Let's actually go ahead and get the missile back onto Destro's forearm here. Again, you can kind of really see, just have these slightly on this, well, almost the same angle. You can really see how taking the initial idea, the initial sculpt of what they did with that first Destro gallery statue, and changing up the colors. Now again, this one, the one that we looked in this review, the Prophet Director Destro, is a previews exclusive, which means it's going to be a little bit more limited to come by. It's 3,000 copies. But if you're a big fan of Destro, and you're a big fan of Pimp Destro, even though he's called Prophet Director Destro, who are we kidding? It's Pimp Destro. I gotta say, like, the previews exclusive Destro really is a fun looking statue. And it really is a case too, that they didn't just change the coloring of Destro's costume and left the rest of the display stand and the rest of the statue the same as the other one before. No, they've changed everything to it, even including the head of the bat at the back, which does look like a Python patrol bat. Nice job on Diamond Select's part. Trying to pinpoint the origin of Prophet Director Destro, I believe, takes us back as far as 1997. There was an ultra-rare release of a Destro figure done in a burgundy outfit, very much similar to what we're seeing right here. And I seem to recall having that figure in my collection, but it's been a long time ago. I sold that figure off years ago. I think more collectors are familiar with Pimp Destro from the 25th anniversary run, as the figure was also released as a 2007 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And being I was heavily into collecting the 25th anniversary G.I. Joes, I was very close, and I can't tell you how close that was to me actually buying the figure off of eBay, but he was already well into $200, and I couldn't justify the price. Probably was a good idea too, spending $200 on just one G.I. Joe alone. That's insanity. At least he gets his time to shine quite literally here now with a release from the folks over at Diamond Select. Shining in the sense that instead of shining in chrome as he was released in the original gallery statue, he's shining and decked out nicely in gold. That gold looks quite good on both the briefcase, his helmet, and the firing missile that he has coming off from his forearm. And of course, living up to the Pimp Destro look, he's clad in leopard print. Boy, does that leopard print look garish, and yet somehow still works well for Destro. Only Destro, I think, could be a character that could pull that off. I could never walk outside wearing an outfit that, although I'm not wearing a domed helmet either. Maybe if I was wearing a domed face mask, people would probably take me a little bit more seriously. Nobody would take me seriously wearing an outfit like this. What I do also like about this figure is not only have they changed the look of Destro to match that of Pimp Destro, but they've also changed the display stand too. So instead of having the more cleaner looking, can you say cleaner looking sewer water? You never really would want to drink sewer water, but at least the other water looked like it was potentially drinkable. This water is one bit of water that you're going to want to stay clear of. It's definitely been tainted. Tainted water. I do also like the touch of them adding the Python Patrol bats, which I think also was an exclusive, if memory serves me correctly. There's a lot of exclusive stuff going on here, and considering as well that this is also a previews exclusive, it's also limited to only 3,000 copies. So if you are a big fan of Pimp Destro, like I'm a big fan of Pimp Destro, I would definitely say try to track this one down before the prices on this guy go way up. A big thank you, though, to the folks over at Diamond Select that did provide this sample of Prophet Director / Pimp Destro that we could have a look at in this review. And for your video question, maybe for today, speaking of exclusives, as we talked a little bit about that while this figure's been spinning on the rotisserie, have you ever spent a lot for an exclusive figure, statue, or anything collectible? And if you don't mind admitting it, how much did you spend for that exclusive? Let me know down below in the comment section. And hey, now, if you are new to this channel, you're enjoying the content that you're seeing, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, turn on the bell notification so you're going to get those friendly reminders. And at the very end of this video, if you don't mind spending a little bit of extra time, popping up will be a playlist of all the other Diamond Select stuff I've looked at over the years. If you certainly wanted to go back to the time capsule and have a look at all the stuff I've looked at over the years, you'll see it all in the playlist popping up at the very end. We're going to have a look at some more Diamond Select stuff coming up in the upcoming reviews. So make sure, yes, you're keeping your peepers peeled. Even if they're underneath a domed faceplate, keep your peepers peeled to this channel at all times. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.